All right, we're solving systems of linear inequalities, so we want to kind of get the basic setup. If your lines end up being intersecting lines, like they are in number one, then you're going to have one point in common or one solution. If they end up being on the same line, or what we call coinciding lines, then we have infinitely many solutions. And then the third possibility is that you could have parallel lines which never intersect. So they have no points in common, so no solution. So those are our three possibilities when we're solving systems of two linear equations. So we want to keep that in mind as we solve by graphing or even substitution. Number 4, our slope, -3. We want to think of that as a fraction when we graph. So -3/1. Y-intercept, 0. We don't see a number out there. So put a point at 0 at the origin and then go down 3 to the right 1. You can also go up 3 to the left 1. And then we'll connect those. To form that line. And then for the second one, our slope is -2/1. Y-intercept's 1, so plot a point at 1 on the y-axis. And then go down 2 to the right 1. You can also go up 2 to the left 1. So hopefully you can tell where they intersect. And they intersect at the point -1, 3. So make sure on these you name the specific point where they intersect. All right, for this first one on 5, we've got a slope of -1. Think of that as a fraction, -1/1. Y-intercept's 2. So plot a point at 2 on the y-axis and then go down 1 to the right 1. You can also go up 1 to the left 1. For the second line, our slope is -1/2. Y-intercept's 3. So plot a point at 3 and then go down 1 to the right 2. You can also go up 1 to the left 2. And so we see where they will intersect. Again, for intersecting lines, name that one point. So we have a point, the solution at -2, 4. Number 6, our slope is -3, or you could think of that as a fraction, -3/1. Y-intercept's 1. So plot a point at 1 and then go down 3 to the right 1. You can also go up 3 to the left 1. Now, for the second one, our slope, -3/1, the point where they intersect is or excuse me, the point in the equation is -2, 1. Now just to make sure that you know where I got that. So here's your equation. We need to think about point slope. Y minus y1 equals m times x minus x1 sub 1. So the minuses are already in the formula. If you want to see the minus in your equation, you can rewrite this as x minus a -2. And so that's why the x sub 1 is -2 and the y sub 1 is positive 1. Again, the minus was already there. All right, so now we'll plot a point at -2, 1. And then we're going to use our slope to find other points. Go down 3 to the right 1. You can also go up 3 to the left 1. Connect those and we'll have our line. Now when you look at these graphs, you don't see any place where they intersect. In fact, if you compare their slopes, they are the same, and they're obviously not the same line, so they're not intersecting at all, so no solution. That happens every time with parallel lines. Number 7, we've got a slope of 1/3, y-intercept of -3. So plot a point at -3, go up 1 to the right 3. You can also go down 1 to the left 3, and then we'll connect those. So we have our first line graph. The second line, slope of 3 over 1. The point, remember this is your x sub 1 and this is your y sub 1. And notice, and the formula has minuses already in it. So you should be able to tell that your point is 3, -2. Plot a point at 3, -2, and then we'll use our slope to find other points. So go up 3 to the right 1. Connect them, you got your line. So these lines intersect at the point 3, -2. All right, for this first line, y equals 2, you can memorize that y equal to a number is always horizontal, or you can do a little xy chart. The y values need to be 2 every time, and then you can pick whatever you want for x. So we've got a point at 0, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2. And so you start to see that horizontal line forming. Anytime you have y equal to a number, it's a horizontal line. And then for this other one, your slope is 3 over 1. Y-intercept's -1, so plot a point at -1 on the y-axis. Go up 3 to the right 1. You can also go down 3 to the left 1. And then we'll connect those to form our line. Solution is where they intersect. They intersect at 1, 2. Hope you've enjoyed this video. I'll make a part 2 as well.